everybody. Welcome to the Stream.tv Big Brother 17 post wrap-up show. I'm your host, Ryan Allen Carrillo, and I'm joined by my fabulous crew. We have Jen, Ashley, and Kevin, everyone.
Hello. Yay, hello.
Studio audience, we can't hear you.
Woo!
Just
kidding.
There they go. So guys, we are on every Friday at 11 a.m., so make sure you guys tune in, subscribe to us, and share us with your friends, okay? Yeah. So, oh my God. Crazy week. Like Twitter has gone wild. So much to catch up on. So I guess let's just start off with like Sunday's episode. So we started off with Liz and Shelley are in power that week. Yeah. And so there was actually, I thought, something sort of significant that happened on Sunday, which I think is going to head into this week, which we can maybe talk about with predictions, is how Austin is kind of a wild card and kind of going rogue. So
I heard he's like really running his mouth a lot.
He is, which, you know, I think, you know, that happens. We see it sometimes where you get a little too cocky in the Big Brother house and, you know, he sort of feels untouchable, I think. Yeah. And I love Austin, but, you know, the whole thing where he sat, you know, Jackie sort of went around the house and said, listen, I'm not with Jeff. I am a different person. We have to talk about the read that, what's her name did last night? Brittany.
Oh my God, that was so great.
I was happy for Jackie.
I know, Jackie, obviously, we're way off beat, but, you know, she won HOH last night, but, you know, she basically said, like, who is she again? Like,
but it's true.
It's the first time I ever saw her. I know, she's definitely not a big character on the show.
But sometimes you can't help it the way that CBS is editing your, or not showing your DRs, or you know what I mean?
But, I mean, she's obviously not bringing it because she's not getting the,
that's true.
You know what I mean? So, like, you know.
Okay, okay.
Do you know what? Come on, you gotta have your little
everyone
sound
gets
bites.
some time now.
But basically, Austin told her, said, look, you know, we are thinking about putting you up as a pawn, basically taking credit for someone else's HOH and basically saying, we are working together and I'm in control of this HOH, which is never a good thing, right?
No.
Well, I don't understand. Why did Austin feel the need to tell Jason? Oh, wait, was that on the real show?
Yeah.
Oh, feel the need to tell Jason that he that about the twins and like that Liz is a twin. Like, why would you do that?
Right. And also speaking of the twins too, so you know she did vote for Jeff last week, and so because she voted, you know, a random vote. This is when this really could have not done very well for her. Like when you do get emotions into the game, Audrey, it gets the best of you. And so she made an emotional vote. That was not a smart move at all. But because there was so much drama in the house, I mean, that's basically the good thing that happens when shit goes down. That something else goes down and takes away from maybe one of your mistakes.
They never showed it on the live shows, but if you guys watch the feeds, did they show, like, did Liz or Julia say that, oh, I was that one vote for Jeff?
I don't think so.
No, she never admitted
it.
Right, because I literally.
Why would you?
Because Austin would freak the out.
Right. Well, the house was asking questions, but then, you know, the Audrey, you know, shenanigans week took over, and basically that was sort of the end of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
At least for us.
I just don't think she should have even did the one vote because it just causes
It's such
chaos,
a small point, but it does just another game point that, listen, you can't do that sort of thing. Like, there's no point. Like, she wasn't going to save him anyways. It was just a waste.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't going to save him.
The same thing happened this week, too, with, was Austin,
Well, he just did it for no reason.
Yeah, it was Austin.
Why?
Which
but
I don't
sometimes they
will
do that just to kind of stir things up and get people thinking, and maybe that's why Liz did it.
That's obviously why he did it. The only thing is, it's like they were saying that they thought it was Audrey that was doing it, so now they're going to be like, well, it's not Audrey. So I guess he's just trying to keep it in the target.
Like, just talking with Julie, that it's for the contestants or the house guests' best interest to vote with the house.
Right.
Always.
And for them not to do that, I feel like they're like causing unnecessary drama.
Right. Yeah. But I would say that in general, they haven't really been voting with the house up until this week. But
you're right.
There is these random fringe elements that's causing some drama. But I also thought it was interesting how Julie even said the votes at the end of the show. You know, she didn't say, you know, 1 against. She basically said 9-1. So she didn't even make it with the extra vote. You know what I mean? She didn't say one person did vote against you.
Right. Usually she calls that person out and she's like,
with 9 votes to 1.
Right.
She didn't say that at all.
I think they had enough drama.
Right.
I mean, and she had the extra penalty vote. Which,
penalty vote.
And we
let's
have
go.
to know.
I don't even know this. Give us some penalty vote history.
Hold on.
All right, here we go.
All right, I'm ready.
What happened to you? What is the difference now? What are your thoughts?
So a couple
things. Is my hair really that messy? Okay, go
ahead. Is my hair really that messy? No, I'm kidding. Okay, we're done with our hair. Maybe. So basically the penalty vote, like I had against me, I did because I was mad at Big Brother. Like they told me I could destroy the cigarettes of some contestant, and so I went and destroyed them, and then they replaced them and told me that I wasn't allowed to do that.
So wait,
And
you asked.
Was it a different
Yes,
person
I asked
in the DR?
if I could do it, and they said yes, and then they had probably, and then they replaced his cigarettes, and then he had all of my clothes in the HOH room, and I'm like, this isn't fair. Like, what could I do to like punish Big Brother? And so like I was like, I'm gonna eat. I'm not allowed to eat. I'm gonna eat. Like that was the only thing you could do. Like, what are you supposed to do when you're in there? Right. I think she just did it. She knew she was going home, so she went home. Like I didn't think I was going home.
Right.
I mean,
weren't you scared to just defy them?
Yeah, like my heart was racing. I was like,
so were you just like holding the bite?
Crying.
What were you eating?
I was probably like PMSing also.
Was it a good meal at least?
Yeah, what was it?
No, everyone like jokes because I was like, I will now perform eating, and like I made it like a whole production. And then I ate like so much food, like everyone, like Eric, everyone in the dining room was like, I've never seen a person eat so much food in my life at one time.
Is it so hard to stay on the have-not food for a week?
No, I mean, I didn't even have
really.
have-not food. I had slop only plus protein shakes.
Okay.
I think some people, yes. That would be really
I was fine.
Really
I'm very good with
I would
boring.
not be able to do that.
Right.
I'm very
our
good with
season,
boring.
It's like going to a
Chef Joe
grocery
was
store
making
when you're
things.
hungry.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
He
you
was
go
making,
into
like,
that room,
cupcakes.
all the food and everything's there, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I did
sure.
it for 30 days, or like I ended up doing
Girls
like
have more
20-something
self-control.
days, and I loved it because I was like, woo, I don't have to eat all this crap because I'm really bad at eating crap, but I'm good at following directions, except for I ate. But I was just trying to.
So was there a
do it.
correlation between
last night, So last night, Audrey, she just ate and basically got the same penalty vote that I got, or the penalty vote that I had received. But originally, Big Brother had given me a penalty like nom for the following week. So I was like, sweet, this is going to be awesome in my favor. And then they were like, well, that's not fair. And so they made it the vote.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the. We both, so now Audrey and I are the two
Interesting.
people with penalty.
Well, we do have to talk
Votes
about Johnny
out.
Mac and how Johnny Mac, they asked him to go up as a pawn yet
Again.
I
But you know,
love him.
he's not fighting against it though. He is a character.
What's the
I have to say
point?
that. I know, but like, don't you think at some point you do have to stand up for yourself? We've got.
I cannot
No,
wait
he's
for
just
him to
rolling
be
with the punches.
HOH.
Yeah, but he's like, I don't even know how I'm going to become HOH because I have a deal with
yeah.
every person in the house. And he's like, I don't even know what I'm
He's
going to do.
definitely very well liked. So that I mean, like everyone does love him. You know, I was with Audrey this morning. She said that he's like her top favorite.
Yeah.
So he's
Brittany,
a
like
everyone.
character.
inside and out.
So let's talk
Yeah.
about the nominations. So the nominations ended up being James and Jackie, and then Jason and John. And so Shelly, while she did the nom, she says, "Listen, Jason, I heard that you were, saying stuff you were going to gun for me and Clay. If this is not true, come confront me." And she did sit down and said yes, or he sat down and said, "I never said that."
Yeah.
And so this is sort of the beginning of the end for Audrey. I think Audrey's misstep is Audrey should have then went and called him a liar. Like
Oh,
instead of
yeah,
fighting
she
the whole
could've-
house,
she
be
could've
like,
done
what
that.
are you talking about, Jason? And Jason has said stuff. He has said this couple is dangerous. They need to be separated at some point. Everyone in the house has said that.
Yeah,
you
no
just
one.
had to go with
Clay
that.
was the last person to be like, how the what is it, the HOH, how they get to pick who goes up. I always pay attention to that. Clay was like the last person that anyone put up.
In the
Like
competition
they're
last
scared
night.
of him, or like
Interesting.
because everyone's aligned with them. Like that's not
I
gonna go
noticed
over
that
well
too.
once they all notice that in their
Right.
head.
I agree with you. So that was sort of the interesting. And then we'll just start. The nomination at the Battle of the Block ended up staying Jason and John. So John is up, with his neck up there as well. So then we have to go. Go ahead.
Ashley and Jen, do you think it was a good idea for Shelly to stay HOH, even though like it's her second time in 3 weeks? Do you think it's like a bigger target on her back?
I don't think she could have a bigger target on her back. And anything, it makes you strong in this game because of the Battle of the Block and like there's just so much going on. Might as well just,
I also
was
don't
me,
agree
I
in
would
throwing a
stay.
competition. I think
No.
she needs to stay. She needs to.
Yeah.
She's actually sitting pretty sweet right now. I'm actually
Yeah.
liking her more and more every
Right.
week.
She's
You know,
playing smart.
They're giving a really good
She
edit.
does-
I want to be HOH.
She does
as
have a
much as
target.
possible.
In my opinion, I think one of them is going to go home, then the other one's going to go far. And
Always,
then Vanessa
yeah.
is on my radar too. As like it's her game to lose too. I think at this point.
Totally.
You know what I
To
mean?
lose.
I mean, I think she's going to win.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
she's real. I
That's
think
what that
Vanessa's
saying
really
means.
good.
Okay.
I feel like,
Ashley's a little slow, people.
No, I'm not. I just didn't know that. Okay.
I don't know. I think Ashley. Okay, I think Vanessa's like she's really good, but like it's almost she's like over calculating to where it annoys me.
I agree with the
I don't know what that is.
overcalculating,
Okay, I
annoying,
see
all
what
the
you-
math and
Like
all that
you're
stuff.
like, okay,
Right.
I
does
get it.
know
Like,
exactly.
everything she says, but I can see it that
A
it's happening.
tad socially awkward
Yeah,
too.
Does
socially
anyone
awkward.
know that she's a poker player yet?
In the
No.
house, I know.
Okay.
She's a
Because
DJ.
She's pretty
I was
much a
wondering,
poker-
my dad and I were actually talking about this. I don't remember who she was talking to, but she was on the bed with Shelly and I think Audrey and Clay were in the room also, and she had her glasses on, and Shelly put her glasses on also.
Yes,
so I thought maybe they knew she was a poker player, because that's what poker
No,
players do.
they just were wearing makeup.
Okay.
They were like, oh shoot, we're
like,
having a serious conversation. I don't want to look like this on TV. I'm putting my
There's
my
a lot of
glasses
glasses between Audrey and all of them in the house. I feel like we should maybe get some glasses on.
Right?
We actually should.
I know.
I have my
Great
sunglasses
idea.
right there offset.
We have to.
I don't know another season that's done
We have to
that.
move on. We have to talk about Wednesday. So Wednesday is basically the Audrey show, and the paranoia really, really sets in because actually she was never even the target. Period.
Yeah, really.
So basically, I think
Shelley.
it sort of started down because Audrey tells James that she's mad at Shelly because she definitely felt betrayed by Shelly.
Yeah.
I don't know where exactly that was coming from.
That I don't know.
I mean, none of us know, I guess, where Audrey's thinking or where her head is at. But basically, Clay had just had enough this week. Out of everyone in the house, I think he was the most sick of her as a player.
Yes.
And just
Well,
was,
because Audrey is twisting literally every
Yeah.
single thing he said.
Everything.
right.
I don't
and
blame
not,
her.
And why are they against? Why is she saying anything against them when they've done nothing to her and they're in power? Like it just doesn't make sense. Like
none
she
of it
did it
makes
to
sense.
herself.
Right. She definitely
I
like
think
self-imploded.
she's just kind of, she lost her marbles.
Well, one of the highlights this week was the Wax
Marbles are
Street
lost.
Boys, which I personally
Yes.
found so annoying and was
Oh,
not
you
into
did?
at all.
Oh my
I
gosh, I
loved
loved it. And like if I was in the house, I would want to be on it. If I wasn't on it, I would have been like, damn it, why am I not on the Wax Street Boys?
I understand wanting to be on it, but I just thought it was bad TV. It was boring.
I kind of thought it was a little corny.
I was so
Yeah.
corny.
I liked it.
And
I
then,
like the
I thought it
Backstreet
was
Boys
enjoyable.
tweeted
And
them.
then-
I liked it. It's enjoyable.
Listen,
I mean,
I mean, I love Jason and I love Johnny.
Listen,
Max.
I actually love the
And I
whole
love
team,
Liz.
but I just thought it was a little cheesy. And the no lyrics part's weird. The bad
Yeah.
choreography.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
question.
could have had a better
Did
choreography.
they
choreography.
know
How
the
did it take that
choreography,
long?
or did the DR teach them the choreography?
I was
Something.
wondering that too. They had to have gone in there as a group of three
Yeah,
and
and taught
learned
them.
something.
They
right?
had to have.
Well,
And
then
then what
the
is
other
it?
one
Someone
had to
on
learn.
the TV, like okay.
They probably used
a
some of the
YouTube tutorial.
No,
Yeah.
they used some of the people from the '90s flashback week. Those dancers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jenny
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
dance the second time.
Well, I was
But
just thinking it'd
there's
be
no-
hard for the twin twist to like keep up because it's like they had to switch and then like
Yes.
remember and then they kind of changed it a little bit. Like
Isn't
how
it
did
funny
they
how
remember?
different they look from each other now that
Oh,
we're
God,
watching
it's
it?
glowing.
It's
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
obvious, right?
And
they
the
can all they all
voices
know
are
too.
so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the whole
For
house
sure.
know now?
They all know, but like not all
No
of
one's,
them
like,
know.
talking about
Yeah,
it?
they don't talk about it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
they just act like,
It's
oh
so
yeah, it is,
funny.
but they don't talk to them about it.
And would you want Julia/Liz to both be in the house or no?
No, that's the stupidest thing ever if you're
For
in
sure
there.
If
Like,
I
was
no
aligned with
matter
them,
what.
though.
Never. They're one person. You don't care. You're one more person that's going to be going for the $500,000.
Yeah, that's true. True.
I don't know.
That are twins. That are like the
She is
closest
so lucky. I
relationship.
think Brittany said the best. Like it doesn't make it how she thought it was going to be a different turn. Like that's
Right.
exactly what I thought too.
Oh,
You're
totally.
definitely not going to want that. And I think you have a lovely note over there. We have to go to the veto. Vanessa, Meg, James, and Steve are up, and everyone thinks that's like the perfect scenario for their alliance in the house. There was nothing, they definitely didn't want Audrey to go up there. I was praying Audrey was going to get picked. You know what I
For
mean?
the veto?
Right.
For
So she
drama
can
purposes.
save.
And I have to say, how does this work? Because just technically, because it's called Saved by the Smell, whatever. Which
Yeah.
is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But when those things are exploding, they had ear things in. So how are they hearing the thing? Or are they
It was
like
that
stop
loud.
tape
Yeah.
and we're putting it in? No,
No,
but
no,
how
it
are
was-
they hearing what the questions were, or like the host talking?
I don't
Oh,
know.
good point. Because
I didn't
was
notice
it
that.
probably
Meg
chose
that kept
it.
saying how loud it was? She was like, "Ah, that hurts my ear."
Right.
Probably,
So
like,
Well, it was on
chose
the
it
it was
and
on the
then-
screen though.
Or they say,
so maybe
hey,
it was just
before-
on. Remember the words were on the screen, like it showed all the sequence, and then it
yeah.
had the thing. It said the second one or
There wasn't
whatever.
any
The
sound,
one,
it was
yeah,
all
it didn't
on the
even need to be
screen.
sound.
Bizarre.
Yeah, bam.
That's TV magic for you.
Whatever. Well, one thing I have to do is say is about Shelly is Shelly at this point is having a really hard time with Audrey, thinking she's going to send her home because a
Yes.
lot of them have this pressure, thinking that it's actually a bigger deal. I think they're making a bigger
They
deal
are.
about
They
her
really
being transgender than the rest of the country. Everyone else, I think, sees her as a regular girl at this point, and it's not this.
do.
She's not being thrown out of Congress.
It's not
Big
that
Brother.
big of a deal.
You gotta just
She's
treat-
a person like
right.
everyone else. You're kind of alienating her.
Right. I even asked her this morning. I'm like, would you rather them just treat you like a regular person? Like, come on, everyone wants a little help when you can get it, but it's like.
Yeah.
That's the whole
much.
point. I mean, they are overthinking of how America was responding, I think, to her being transgender. I mean, obviously, going into the house, she was probably America's favorite choice. Everyone wanted her to win. But, like, that doesn't mean they don't want you to, like, oh, I'm not going to be the first person to evict the trans. That's just so stupid to me.
It really
I don't know.
is.
You,
I think
I
it
think
defeats-
Shelly really liked
it
her. They
defeats the
developed
purpose
a
of-
relationship.
It defeats the purpose of equality in my mind anyways. Treat
Yeah.
her like a normal
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. Well, on the feeds, they were saying, well, Moosey, thank you for always updating me on the feeds gossip. However, Shelley was crying one night saying that she's afraid that America's going to be really jealous of her and Clay's relationship, and they're going to be mad at her for...
We're jealous of that. We're not
whose
with Clay.
relationship?
Yes.
Right, of Clay and Shelley.
No, just laying next to Clay at night, I'm jealous.
Okay, well, see, she was right.
Shelley's hot, though, too.
Yeah,
Little couple.
they're like the hottest like Big Brother couple.
Well, who said like, it was like Barbie and Ken
and
of
they're
the
like really
house?
smart. Like
Yeah.
they're good. They're like a good power couple. Like of any couple I've ever seen.
Is
Like
it
normally it's
going
like
to
one
last?
person like
Okay,
is it
carries.
going to last?
They do not like no one's carrying anyone. Like they're both strong.
Are they going to be a
and
true
good
showmance
looking.
after the show, or is this just a one?
I think so. I think they
It
really
could
like
be.
each
It
other.
depends where they live.
Yeah.
Where do they
It
live?
always is where they live.
Hayden and Nicole have made it work.
That's true.
Are they still together?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
moved out to be with her. He
love
lives
that.
out there.
What?
Don't you
I
guys keep
follow
up with
them on
these people?
Instagram. I didn't know that he moved out there.
moved.
He left Venice?
Yes, I called him like, hey, let's hang out. And he's like, I'm gone. Yep. So they're having
love
they're having
that.
babies. It's another matching game too with this power veto. There hasn't been like a good endurance comp or anything in a while, right? It's all been
Yeah,
a
there
lot
hasn't
of,
been. No
a lot of
endurance.
matching,
Okay,
a
there
lot
definitely
of
is endurance.
non-physical ones. You know, a
Yes.
couple.
Unless
that,
you want
like,
to call the dice one like more endurance.
That's more
Well,
physical
skill,
for sure.
physical. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I
Yeah,
just
that
thought
is
that
I
was
would love to
No.
know how hard it is to push those things.
I just thought that was
wanna
interesting.
know so bad. I want to get into a dice ball.
One thing I thought that Vanessa said was interesting is Audrey is always swearing on her life during the show.
Yeah. She
Yes,
does.
I loved that
And
scene.
Vanessa
like,
said,
don't you
"Stop
value
swearing
your
on your
life?
life. Do you not value
Yeah.
your
That
own
was
life?"
the best
That
line.
was
Because like
Yeah.
no
The
one is
best.
believing anything
So
she's
good.
saying anymore, and so at this point she's locking herself in the have-not room. It is not pretty, and like the biggest thing that I saw is she
Why?
did not participate in the veto meeting.
That's
Yeah, do
crazy.
you think BB was upset with her? I mean, I don't know. Can you just
I think
do
BB is
that?
also treating her like the house guests are too. You know, they pulled her from doing any interviews when they found out she was transgender right in the beginning. Her father did all the rounds of interviews with her today. Like they are so
Whoa.
protective over her. I think with good reason because they feel like a lot of people are watching what's going on. But it's definitely you can feel the CBS machine behind her because I wanted to ask her how close she really was to self-evicting. Moving on to yesterday's show, what were your guys' thoughts? I mean, she locked herself in the DR. She was there for what was it, 4 hours?
I think they definitely had to talk her out of it.
Right.
You think she would do that? I don't understand
you
why
shouldn't
anyone
show up
ever
to a veto
self-evicts.
meeting.
Like, just
It
be
happens.
evicted. Like, it's just
does-
like
it's
embarrassing to
emotional.
self-evict.
I
Sometimes you
understand.
just
I
can't
totally
handle it.
understand and I agree with you, but she was not eating. She was
Yeah.
not doing well. And when you're mentally that miserable, and she's
Yeah.
obviously, you know, we have to talk about last night's show as a royal send off for a queen. I mean, she definitely they did a major overhaul on her because she was not happy. I don't think she looked good in the house one time in the house other than when she first moved in. She never did her hair.
Yeah,
Just-
she stopped doing her makeup.
Stopped doing her makeup, just very like she wasn't like ever. Maybe that's just the kind
Yeah.
of girl that she is, but she's a beautiful girl. She
She
looked
is.
great last night. She looked great when she moved in the house.
She's wearing
And
the
I
same
almost
dress,
think-
I was
by
just
the
gonna
way.
say, yeah,
Why?
exact same
That's a
outfit.
random
I almost
thing.
think that's a reflection of her mindset in the house. If you're not getting up in the morning and getting ready, like that's just what you do when you feel good about yourself,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Totally. Well, from my
I
experience,
mean, not everyone wakes up like this. Go
I
ahead.
don't do my makeup in the house ever though.
Not
well,
once.
I think
I
when
mean,
you're
like
just-
for events.
Yeah,
For,
I
like,
don't think a lot of
live
times.
show.
I
Right.
feel like people are kind
She
of
wasn't even
judging
doing
you
that
in
for
the
the
house
live
if
show,
you're
though.
getting all dolled up every day for nothing. Like, what's the point?
Right.
Hey, most of the people in my house did.
Really?
I feel like there was like 2 of us that didn't.
Huh? Our house
I
didn't
understand
really
that,
do
but she just seems like, you know, in her opening interview, she said she's such a girly girl. So I'm assuming that is that part of being a girly girl? She's
Yeah.
dressing up and all that other kind of stuff. But the most touching thing I thought last night was they went to see her family, which all of her family is talking game. She just came in so strong, which was great. But the part that really got me was when she said that her mom and her together picked her name.
Yeah,
Which I
that
thought-
was. I like
Oh
that.
my
And that
God,
and that
I
how
can
they
see
just
this.
teach her they treat her like just a normal person, which I think
Yeah.
that's what America really needs to see, that they're just a normal family. She's a
Yeah,
normal girl
absolutely.
and just kind of went through it a little bit. So I thought that was
Yeah.
sweet.
I
Another
think she's just a sensitive person. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just in the spiritual realm of life, if you go into a place like that, there's so many energies, there's a lot of negativity, it can weigh on you,
For
you know,
sure.
and it can totally just break you down.
I'm sure you guys all had moments where you're just like, this is just insane. What am I even doing here right now?
Yeah.
You know, and for someone who's probably felt different for most of her life, like
Yeah.
this only, you know, I can understand how a lot of that would come back. But another great moment I thought was when James came in there and made her like breakfast. That was like totally sweet. So.
Yeah, that was sweet. And then I like how her conversation with Steve, like it was like good, like, you know, like, do you think you view yourself as transgender? She's like, no, I'm just like a she.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like, I guess a good moment, at least for like transgender, just to like, you know,
community.
for us, like, I mean, I'm a person that just, I don't know. Like,
Right.
I haven't really been like accustomed to it until just now with this and Bruce
Right.
Jenner and Caitlyn and all that. Like,
I
other
think a
than
lot
that,
of us are.
I've just, yeah,
Right.
so it's
I'm
like,
a gay man and
please
I don't really
teach
understand
me.
it
Like,
either.
at least
Right.
it's like, I kind of like that I like learned a lesson. Like,
Right.
oh, okay, so it's a she. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't know.
Right.
Right.
And I think after the house, because of, you know, how she looks and like she's well spoken and poised and like, you know, I think that she's going to do well, you know, for the community and everything else.
Yeah,
definitely.
So basically, you know, obviously she was sent out. The HOH last night ended up being Jackie and Vanessa, which Jackie, hello, Shock. That is a hard HOH too, I must say.
I think so.
I am not good at that at all. Listening to the song, what I
No,
thought was
I
weird.
didn't
I'm
even
trying
know.
to play
I didn't
it
even know
whole,
when
but
they did it.
Yeah, I was
like,
trying to
"Are you
play
sure
along,
that's
and I'm
it?"
like,
Do you know what was
didn't know
weird
that
too
at all.
is they played the entire song because once you hit the buzzer, the next person doesn't get to like, oh, it's
Choose.
this, like on Jeopardy. It's like
Right.
you hit it,
Oh.
and if they're wrong, the other person leaves. So why would they play the entire
Yeah,
song?
I don't know.
That was
And then they
weird.
were in a
'Cause
rush.
That was a
Yeah,
and then
long,
like, hurry to your
rushing that
podium.
down.
It's
that
like,
was a
wait,
very
gotta
long
just-
HOH, and
Yeah.
a long time to pick the teams. I don't know. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
But
Why was James trying to throw it?
I don't think he was. I just think he like didn't know anyway. So he's like, screw it, I'll just guess. I don't know. We should ask him.
well, it was like, what is
Let's ask
it?
James what's
It was a
going on.
good chance just to guess.
Yeah, he got one right.
yeah.
All right. Well, guys, we got to go to commercial break. We will be right back and get into what you guys have to say online. If you're on Twitter, make sure you use the hashtag BB17AS. And if you are on YouTube, send us your questions. We might answer them online. We'll be right back.
We might.
God, that was a hard sentence to get out, people. Hard sentence.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot! I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell her go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Hello.
Hey, everybody, we are back. Big Brother 17 post wrap-up show on the stream.tv. This is the part of the show where we turn it over to the fans. If you're on Twitter, use the hashtag BB17AS. Kevin, what's going on Twitter?
Yes, okay, well, first of all, we want to thank all the fans who tweet us at BB17AS, that's our hashtag, and the Big Brother fan sites, Ask Monty, Online Big Brother, Hamster Watch, Big Brother Junkies, and Reality Wanted. So with that being said,
Thank
our
you.
questions, yes, we love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. We have Migo Vera wants to know what happened to the BB takeover.
I want to know what happened to the BB takeover. It's in my notes.
We didn't even talk about that.
Like,
Yeah.
false
We talked about this
advertisement.
before the show.
Like, so rude. Like, why? Where are they? Like, why did they not come up with them before the show started? Like, shouldn't they already be like lined up?
Well,
Right.
when I first saw that Brittany was on the set last night, I'm like, oh, she's probably gonna do the takeover.
Yeah.
The contestants would love
Yeah,
that.
something like with
And then she was there to
babies.
talk.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Babies.
Because she has babies.
Well, so do a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's like Brittany and babies, it's a big
What, she
thing.
gonna breastfeed the contestants?
Yeah, I don't know, like something. Like maybe
I-
have them milk cows all week or something
Milk
crazy.
cows. This is just
Babies.
taking a dark turn. But I have to say, I'm disappointed in the BB takeover twist. I have not been a big fan. I mean, I want to see a real BB takeover. I want to see them like hosting like competitions. I want to see them involved.
Every
Some sort of
week.
twist in the house. Something like
Every week.
Yeah.
Come on,
Every
Big
week.
Brother.
What is
Where
going
are
on,
you?
Big
Don't
Brother?
lie
Big
to
Brother
us.
takeover?
We don't like it.
Right?
All right.
Should we tweet Julie Chen? Like, what should we do about this?
Let's get Julie Chen on the line.
Yes.
Let's call her up.
But yeah, she looked flawless last
I
night.
loved her hair. I tried to do my hair like hers
The
today.
side pony?
And yes, it
I'm
was
into
like,
it.
oh, it was just so good.
All right, what else we got?
Okay, so we have from Anwa. Simply for the sake of watching different gameplay, I hope Jackie stays HOH. If she does, she may put Vanessa up, and that would be epic.
Right?
Which I think would be so fun.
drama. Yes.
That's what we need.
As much as I love this
we
season,
need some
we
real
need a little
drama
twist
other
up.
than like the sad drama.
Yeah.
Who is she most apt to put up?
Liz and Austin.
Well,
I think
if she knows about the twins, I feel like that's just a good excuse for her to put them up.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of the twins, is this if they make it through
Yes,
this week,
this
they're
is
both
it.
into the house
Yes,
together.
this
So
is
if you're
the
going
week,
to evict the
please.
twins, you got to
This
get
is
rid
the
of them
week.
now.
I know,
I
they
don't want them gone.
I don't want them
No,
gone, but you
don't.
really should evict them.
So which do you
The
want?
smart
I
thing
don't want
to
them
do is
gone.
to evict
the
them.
smart thing to do, but I don't
As
want
a
them to be
house guest.
smart.
No.
Yeah.
I want them to come in.
I
What do
have
we think the
strong
reaction is
feeling
going to be
they're
when
gonna
they come in? Like, and how are they going to do it? Do we have any
I
thoughts?
mean, I don't really think it's gonna be that big of a deal since everyone knows.
No, it's gonna be a big
It's
deal.
gonna be a
like, oh
totally
my
big
God,
deal.
there's
People
two of
make
you.
it a
Oh my
big
God, I knew the
deal,
whole
but-
time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
gonna be
just feel
fun.
like it's not gonna be as. It's not gonna be very.
It's not
connected.
gonna right. It's not.
But
gonna
it's
be
going to
very-
impact the
It's an
people.
event.
It's going to impact. There's a lot of people who don't really. I mean, there's been words about it, but they really don't know. Like we just see her alliance talking about like it's so normal, but there's a big portion of the house that doesn't know.
Well, I think everyone knows.
Well, I don't. I mean, they're not sure.
They
Oh,
know.
right,
they
right,
don't
right.
know.
Wait, but Johnny Mac doesn't know for sure.
Yeah.
So he's one that'll
who
probably
knows what
be like,
Becky
Still that
knows.
tooth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Oh, that's
that.
true.
He's so
he knew
smart.
right away.
He is a smart one.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Okay, so we have our last one. Actually, I wanted to ask Ashley and Jen this. Olivia Huerta says, how did a house guest playing Big Brother never notice a big alliance that's in the house? There are so many clues that explain that there is one.
I love when you ask us questions.
I know, and as a super fan, I want to know too.
Go ask.
I think
I'm
it's
probably
obvious, but
not
go ahead.
probably a good person to ask about this because there was a huge alliance in my game that I had no idea about. I just feel like, you know, you're doing your own thing, you're hanging out. You just don't know. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I can't
like the
answer
same
that.
people going up to the HOH room like all the time to discuss.
Do you just think everyone's
Well,
friends? I
okay.
assume
Yeah.
everyone's
Wait,
in the alliance.
I have it.
All right, here we
So-
go.
Yeah, tell me.
I personally it's okay. So when you watch on TV, like you see that all happening, right? You don't realize we're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, yeah, that happens, and then there's this group, and then there's that group, and then there's so much going on. Like every single person could be in alliance with every single person. You see two people in the corner, they in alliance. You see two people in a hammock, they're in alliance.
But isn't
like,
that
no,
a fair
you can't.
question to think then? Because
You
it's just your
can't.
brother.
You
that
go
everyone
nuts.
is in alliance.
You can't go nuts
but
with
when
it.
you're
What are
in
you gonna do?
it's hard to. When you're in it, it's hard to see it. If
In the
that
Big
makes-
Brother house?
Right, if
Yeah.
that makes any sense. Like if you're crazy,
You're saying
it's
maybe they're
hard for you to
closer.
realize that you're crazy.
I mean, you know,
We-
everyone
everyone
knows
knows
Shelly
you're
and Clay are in alliance. Everyone knows Shelly and Clay are in alliance. Like, no one's confused on that. Like,
right.
yeah, I would see that. Like, it was kind of like Dick and Danielle, they're in an alliance. Yes. Like, you know, there's people that you know for sure
Right.
that just are. I don't
Shelly
know.
and Clay.
Does that,
All right.
does that help you? You
That does help
complete?
me. I like that. Yeah. Thank
Well,
you.
guys, we are out of time. Time flies on this show. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in every Friday, 11 a.m. Make sure, again, you guys subscribe. And we will see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, buddy.
See you next week, guys.
Bye. Thanks for
guys.
watching. Comments and love us.
For more of the Big Brother After Show, hit that button and subscribe to the stream.tv.